Hey, this is PJ with CLK Supplies, and this is the Aero IC IC Core Masterkeying software. Now, this system is designed to work with the small format interchangeable core, also known as SFIC, and works for systems A2, A3, and A4. Now, this is a Windows-based system, and it's going to work on Windows computers starting at Windows XP and higher. So if you have Windows 7 or Windows 10, no problem, the software will work for you. Now, this is a very simple, basic, easy-to-use Masterkeying software. You don't have to mess with a bunch of settings in order to spit out some Masterkeying charts so you can do your job. So if you're looking for a software that's easy to use, you don't have to spend a lot of time fussing around with settings, you're going to really love this software. If you are trying to take old systems and enter them into new systems for whatever reason, this software does not have that capability to do that. Now, let me give you a quick overview on how the Aero IC software works. So the first thing you always want to do is put the project name in. You want to hit Save Project As, save that to your computer or flash drive. That way you can access it by opening the project at a later time if you need to. Then you want to start going down this list here. Starting with the system, you want to make sure you're using the right system, either the A2, A3, or A4. I'll use A2 because it's the most popular. Next, you want to do the number of spaces. You can choose between 6 or 7, so the whatever IC cores you're going to be pinning up, whether they're 6 or 7 pin, you want to make sure you choose the right one. Now, after this, all of these settings underneath here, when you open it up and you install this program, it's going to have all of the factory settings when you toggle between them. So it's best to not mess with them if you don't need to, but you can, and they're there for you to adjust when needed. The first one's going to be the minimum depth. You can go between 0 to 9. Maximum depth, same thing. MACS, which stands for Max Adjacent Cut Specification, which is talking about the distance between two cuts that are next to each other. Next is the deepest first cut. This is one that a lot of guys seem to want to change quite a bit. Having a 9 or even an 8 isn't always a great idea right at the on the key, because it can lead to breakage of the key or bending. The next one is going to be the step value. You can choose between 2, 3, and 4. I'll keep it on 2. Now, in the master key bidding, you can enter your own in. Same with the control key bidding, or you can hit the generate master key bidding right here, and I'll just choose a random one. Let me see here, click around a little bit. So it's all just going to choose a bunch of random numbers here for you, as you can see there. Now, if you are going to enter your own in, you really want to make sure that the biddings that you're entering, the settings you have up here are going to allow that or match it. Otherwise, it's not going to work. It's going to keep telling you there's an error. Then you can enter in as many submaster keys as you're looking for, and then the number of change keys here, I'll just put 20. Then you're going to want to go over here and you're going to hit Generate System. Now, I'm going to go over this little check mark here in just a moment. So if you just put your settings in and then hit Generate System, it's going to generate the results here, and it's going to show you how many bottom pins are needed, how many master pins are needed to pin up those 20 cylinders that you've requested the pinning charts for. And then you come down here, and then you're going to see all of them down to 20. At this point, you can print it off. You can save to a text file. Some people like doing that, and then they'll change number 20 to janitor office or second floor or whatever they need to. So that is an option as well. Now, how the settings are right now, it only generated 20 change keys. So if you want to make sure you are making a system that can be expanded, and you can see how far it'll go, just click this include all possible keys and then generate the system. And then you can scroll down, scroll down right there to the bottom. So if you remember the first time it had 20 on there, and if you come down here, it's going to generate 664 keys. So if you need 20 and you want to make sure you have another 20 or 30 for future expansion or changes, this system definitely would cover that with 664. So that's the basics of the Aero IC software and how to generate systems. I want to go over real quick the pinning calculator here. So it does not do mason keying. So if you need to do mason keying, which is like a common door, like let's say a lunchroom or something that all the different change keys need to operate, is what you're going to do is you're going to want to put in the control key bidding, which is 854136. I did that backwards. Give me 1 second here. The control key is at 016950. Master key is at 854136. And then the change key biddings, you can, let me just make a few up here. 1, 2. And then you're just going to want to separate them by commas. And let's say there's these two. And so you would enter all of them in, like here, I just made up 2 real quick here, and then you hit generate bidding. Now it's going to give you what you need to pin up those locks for like a mason keying type of situation. So it's a great feature to have. It's really flexible, and then it'll output the bidding for you to pin up that particular lock. The other one is the control key bidding calculator. So if you are in a situation where you need to decode a cylinder to get the control key so you can take all of the cylinders out to rekey them, you can use this here, and you can put in the top driver pin, separate them by comma, and then it's going to give you the control key bidding that you can use to take the rest of the cores out. And you can use that for the A2, A3, or A4 system. So this is the Aero IC core Masterkeying software. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.